Hey everyone, it's me again, Stephanie. So today I was thinking it might be a really quick one, but mine are usually pretty short. I thought it was going to be really super short, but then I remembered I have some Happy Mail. Hence mess. Uh, so I guess my pronouns are she, her. My name is Stephanie. I created this channel just to share my crafty endeavors because I started this journey when a lot of people jumped back into crafting, which is when the lovely panini pandemic hit, and I got into diamond painting first, and then I learned how to crochet, and then I got back into cross stitch, I had not done for over 20 years, and it's been a great journey, and I'm loving it. And I've met an amazing community and full of amazing people. So thank you so much for embracing me and welcoming me in. And let's do this. So I only worked on one stitchy project, cross stitch project, and that is for the Rogue Round Robin, which is myself, Rachel Ray Crafts, Michelle Benny Stitchy, and Heather. I can never perfectly perfect Heather. I believe that's correct. And I chose comparatively small red ship of life. This is supposed to be shipped out by the end of the month. I send to Michelle, who also has not started hers yet. So I feel pretty confident that it'll be fine if it's late. So I did finally get started on it, and I'm using nothing called for, pretty much. So I did actually have to order a couple more skeins of the threads I am using just to be sure no one would run out, because I would not, I would hate for that to happen. So my vision, that's in the pattern, part of it, I have 4 colors. So as you can see, this is charted in two. So you have the gray, and then everything else is in the red. So for the gray, I have this gray. It's going to be a mess today. This Night Stalker's Calling. Morticia? Morticia. So that's the gray. That's the only thing being done in that. So my plan is to do those parts so I don't have to send it. And then the other part of the border I am doing in 1039, which is thread work. So I believe it's called Autumn Leaves. And that's going to be this part of the border all down here up in the class. So I will probably not get that part done just because I want to actually get a quarter of this done so I can send it. And if they feel like chipping in, I will send the floss. If they feel like chipping away at it, if they want to, that's totally fine. Up to them, no pressure. That's the plan. And then all the red is actually split between 2 different colors. And these are Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. One is Momihi, and the other is dark chocolate. So the dark chocolate for the ship, and then the red for everything else that's not the ship in the middle. Picture the ship and the brown, which will get sketchy as to do what you want with it. No pressure. Obviously, the bottom of the ship, and you can see the mast and some of the framework stuff in it. We'll see what we feel like doing. No rules. There's no rules. Do what you want. Go crazy. So that's the plan. Those are the flosses I'm using. And then, oh yes, hello. Of course, there's a neat little piece of floss on it, just hanging out. Put you over here for now. Still in the nerd shoop. Almost said Q snap. This is where I'm at. And so most of the square is done. Fabric is sparkly. There's the tag. This is a Jessie fabric. 28 count. Actually, no. Yeah, 28 count Ghana. the color Borealis. Focus. So, gorgeous fabric, super sparkly, which I'm not used to working on. So making it a little bit more tricky. And I made there's one major whoopsie with this. You might not be able to tell because the nerd is covering the one side. But these are supposed to be in opposite directions, and they're both in the same direction. I didn't notice till I was all the way up here on the side. It's staying like that. I like it. Nobody's ever going to know. Once it's completed, it lives like that now. So that's the one thing I have stitched on. So that's supposed to be getting shipped out in days. It's not going to happen. Pardon me. My allergies are acting up. It's getting that time of year. So fun. All for ones. All right. Hopefully that'll be a little better. All right. The rest is all crochet and then a little bit of a surprise. And then some sharing of happiness and joy, investments, I guess. I'm not sure if I showed this full project last week, but this is a baby blanket. This is a heavier one, and it's going to somebody who lives in California, but they do visit here at least once a year. It's a little bit big. So, yeah. It's got the waffle on the one side, plain on the other. The parents are not pastel-y people, so they like a lot of black, so I didn't want to totally torture them. But it's not for them, it's for the baby, so they will love it because it's for their baby. And then, because that was so heavy and thick, I decided that I wanted a lighter weight blanket. And I found a lovely pattern on YouTube. That's where I get a lot of my patterns because like tutorial-esque. And I used an advent from 2022, which was Rudolph and Friends, Southern Skeins. Goodness gracious. Southern Skeins. And so, blanket number 2. So there was 24 colors. And it's going to be a little stretchy. But it's a very pretty pattern. Each color did like 2.5 rows. It's very long. Very pretty. That side. This is the side, more of the pattern you can see on it. So it's very cool. So I stitched that up. And it looks huge this way, but when you lay it on a normal sized bed, like a full or twin, it's not that big. You can see the size. And then I didn't even use the full skein that came with the advent. So probably at some point do something with this, but I don't have a ball winder or a Swift. So winding these up is so fun. So I have a bunch I need to use that will probably not get used for a while until I acquire these things. I gotta clean in here, so wherever I put it, it's gonna live there for a little bit. Yeah, look at the card. But yeah, as you can see, thinking about rearranging this room again as well. So that really inhibits the motivation to actually clean it because it's just going to get messy trying to rearrange it. And then one last thing to show. So I think a while back I may have mentioned a venture of making socks. And Z-Man of Z-Man Crafts over on Twitch, I had asked him about making me a pair, and then it moved on to, how about you teach me how to make them? Let's just say I understand very basic, very little amount of knitting. I've only done some stitches on straight needles, which these aren't, but they're straight. But these are actually, this is actually a DPN, a double pointed needle. But it's basically this with a metal thing on the end so it can't fall off. So that's all I had ever worked on previously. I've been trying to knit a hat and I keep ripping it out because it's annoying me. So that never got made. It's actually sitting over there with the yarn and the needle is probably sticking out of it somewhere. So I never made any progress. You know, it's like plenty of time, plenty of time. Then he was like, "Hey, you want to get that started? Spring is here because it's supposed to be spring sock up." And I was like, "Sure." So Sunday night on his stream, we started socks. I started and have ripped out and restarted and ripped out and just restarted again today because I realized I was doing my actual knit stitch wrong. Got the purl. The purl is easy. The knit stitch I was not doing correctly. It looked fine, but I watched several videos and I'm like, what? So I restarted and I think I got one row done. Yeah, I'm back up to one row. And yes, it is bright yellow because this is the yarn I will never do anything else with. It was in a grab bag. Why not use it on probably the ugliest sock you've ever seen? Okay, it'll be funky. It'll probably never get worn. It'll probably just hang out somewhere so that when I do this again, I can see the improvement, hopefully. But so this is what we're working on. It was a good idea to start this now too because I leave on a trip on Saturday to go see the grandbaby who's getting those blankets. And it's a 6 hour plane ride each way. So, perfect time waster on a plane. And it's better to do it on this than the DPNs because these I will drop and they'll get lost on a plane. I might bring them just for S&Gs. We'll see. But yeah, I'll definitely bring this because this takes a lot of concentration for me. I usually do about one round and I'm done. It's very frustrating right now. My hands don't know what to do. They're really struggling, but we are trying to persevere and figure it out. So stay posted on whether this actually happens or not. I'm hoping it does, but we'll see. All right, so that's it for stuff I have worked on. I told you it wasn't a lot. I was trying to get those blankets done because flying out this weekend, and I did. A lot of it was the hardest part was picking out a pattern. That was the hardest part. So on to stuff I got in the mail. I guess no real name for this, but so pardon me, like gather stuff. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm supposed to be packing, so that's why this is a little bit scatterbrained today. I knew I had to do this today. I didn't have to. I wanted to get this done today, or else it wouldn't happen for another at least 2 more weeks, and that's too long. So, a few weeks ago, over on Michelle Bendy's stream, Bendy Stitchy on Twitch, she was helping out her friend Cece raise funds and destash to raise funds to train her dog Pumpkin to be a service animal. It's going to be very costly, most likely out of pocket. I don't know all the details. I don't need to know the details. But anything medical in the United States is pricey, as most people are aware. So she was destashing a bunch of stuff to raise money. She plans on having another one. We don't know when yet. The last one was a lot. Anyone who was there knows it. She did a fantastic job, but shipping is not fun. So that was the struggle. I got a few things, one of which was this lovely bag. So amazing. And then I actually haven't looked in here, so I forgot what I got. But apparently I got some more yarn. Because you can never have too much yarn. This one's called Pavement. 100% cotton by Knit Crate. So I don't have any of their stuff. This is gorgeous gray. So it's another hank of yarn. It's gonna have to be balled up. And Uru yarn. Electric. Do, do, do. So this is alpaca wool blend. Interesting. And it's worsted weight. So this is what I'm used to working with. The socks are not a worsted weight. So that's also part of my struggle. The yarn's very hard to hold on to. So this is very cool. There's that. I think that was it. Yeah. So I didn't go crazy. I did very well. Only a couple things. And I have one of the Megan's stuff is here as well because I will see them at Stitch North as well as my friend Beck. So I have both of your stuff. It will be coming to Stitch North with me. It's already in the Stitch North pile. So that's in less than a month. Yay! So excited. So I figured it out and I'm working a total of 9 days the whole month of April. So it's going to be a very good month. Mhm. All right, and then we'll save that for last. As we know, market happened, which is Nashville Needlework Market. And my friend Jessie of Miss Lake Pages, pardon the noise, got to attend this year for their very first time. And they usually buy stuff from her them, sorry, them every year. Just support your friends. Woo. Yeah, I haven't actually opened this yet. So I didn't want to lose it prior to filming. This is a typical character. My room's a mess. Of course, business card. If you don't know, if you've never checked out Miss Lake Pages, go check them out. They dye their own fabric. It's amazing. If you like bright colors, it's got some. They have some gorgeous fabrics. They also do a Silk of the Month Club, which is dinky dyes, which I also get. They just don't show it here because they usually just put it away real quick. And then they also have patterns. And they also started carrying carded threads. Recycled Bible, where are you? I buried you. Recycled. So I got some stuff. What's in here? I have the invoice in my lap. That tells me what all this is. Think I looked at it? No. Oh, that is an extra. I bring that back. Yeah, very cool. Yes, I will share. Right. So the only thing I really, 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 really wanted from the market this year was this. It's a Stitchy Pros Cardinals Promise. It's amazing. For those who don't know, I lost my mom in 2002. So Cardinals mean a lot. I'm not religious. I believe there's something, you know, but doesn't necessarily have to be organized or anything like that. So Cardinals mean a lot. Of course, I got the needle minder that goes with. And there was another one for a different pattern, which I didn't get the pattern that goes with it, but I wanted the reminder. Okay. And she threw in this. It's amazing. I don't know if you can read it. Live, laugh, frog. It's amazing. It says Stitchy Pros in the back. That's so cool. That says, ooh. Very, very cool. And I described in threads. This is the thread pack for Cardinal's Promise. It says Stitchy Pros on the back. Got the thread pack. I actually didn't buy fabric because I had a ton of it. Then I need to whittle down instead of buying more. And I also got this little one from Autumn Lane. That is spooky. My daughter loves Halloween. Her and her husband actually got married on Halloween, and their baby was born on Valentine's Day. So, not the following Valentine's Day. They've been married a couple of years. But, so it's very cool. So, I'm going to have to do something with that. Make it into a little thing for the baby. And then, of course, the only Jessie pattern I had not acquired yet. I had to get that. This was the pattern they designed for the Flosstube at Sea, run by Stitcher's Escapes. Last I knew, there were still some spots available for the cruise next year. If you want more information, head on over to Michelle Bendy Stitchy's Flosstube. And then I got this. It's another Autumn Lane. It's just gorgeous. There was more that I was eyeing, but I really don't need more patterns. But hey, they don't take up a lot of space. So far. So far, anyway. I keep them, all my printed patterns are in a 3-ring binder across the room. So we're doing okay. Oh, Michelle. Nice. And there's a gift chart from Michelle, which I can't show. You know, you know. And there's a gift chart from the Blue Flower. Boohoo Stitches. Oh, that's cute. Oh, nice. And then, oh my god. Then a free one from Stitchy Pros called Rip It, Rip It. Oh my goodness. That would make a fantastic small. I might be able to stitch that fast enough with stitch north. And yes, when I do my small skirt exchanges, they are done last minute. So that's all the market stuff. That can get put away now. Cute it up. I take that with me as well. I'm not sure if I showed this, but this was something I got recently too. I believe I did because this came with the Lila Studio Quicker, which is behind me somewhere. Yeah, I haven't put stuff away in a bit, so I have a lot of work to do. And then Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, again, was doing some auctions to raise money for MMIWG2S, which is Missing Murdered Indigenous Women, Girls, and Two Spirits. I believe she's supposed to be posting some more auctions. If you go over to the free side of her Patreon, that's where they live. It's Michelle Bendy or Bendy Stitchy. I will try and remember to link it below. And I got a Stitchy box. My address is still on there. Nobody's gonna stalk me, right? So she was supposed to bring this to Stitch North so we could open it together. But she was in a shipping frenzy. Or shipping happy, I don't know. She was shipping a bunch of stuff and she just decided to ship it instead. So, a note that I didn't know was in here. Figured I'd do this here, taking everything out. So there's going to be a lot of crinkling because everything is still wrapped. Well, this will make my video longer. If you only wanted to see the stitchy, obviously we're way past that now. And if you want to see me open all these goodies in a stitchy box, I've never gotten a stitchy box. So this is the Sampler Lovers Countdown. This is what I bid on and won. So, 30 packages. Start with day 1. We're going to open them all, but we will try and go in order. All right. And I'm going to flop them all back in this box. All right. Got it balanced. Let's do this. It's 30, that's 15. Okay. I don't know what that was. Day 1. Most likely I will not be showing you the days every single time. Excuse me. A recycle. Ooh. So day 1, flower silk thread. Welcome to our sampler box. We are starting off with a brand new flower silk colorway. Antique stitches. Very pretty. 8 yards. Special edition. Ooh. And the reason I bid on this because I don't have any stitchy box or flower silks. So why not get some when it's for charity? Win-win. That's day 1. It's going to be such a mess when I'm done. Day 2. A little one. Day 2. Okay. Ooh, tiny, tiny, tiny beads. Piece of paper. Day 2, blue apatite rounds. Natural stone beads. Day 2. Little tiny beads. I don't do a lot of beading, so I just haven't really done any beading on cross stitch yet, except for the little no octopus that I sent to my friend just before I started doing these. So before I got on to girl my stuff. Day 3. Trying to open the little tiny piece of paper. Trying not to leave it on the desk because the desk shakes and then the camera shakes. And not a good time. Beeswaxer. Very pretty. I've never actually used beeswax. I already have some. I've never actually used it. There's 3. Where's 4? If you see it, let me know. Only kidding. There's 6, there's 8. There's 5. 19, 7, 20, 11, 8, 26, 23, 29. All right, where's day 4? Ah, all the way buried underneath the things. Okay. Ah, because it's a needle maker. Nice, sparkly, pretty. Can never have too many of those. Day 5 is over here. You're not watching me on 1.5 speed. God bless you. This is taking forever. I would be speeding this up. Another silk. Woo! Oh no, channel art. Limited edition. Very, very pretty fall colors. Just limited edition. No name. 6. Also trying to find the next one while I open. So hopefully speed this up a little. I don't know where 7 is. So 6, 7. It's not 8. It could be real nice and pause, organize these. Wood pendant frame. Oh goodness. I know somebody who could use this. Little itty bitty 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 frame. Let's see. Or Kaylee. I might be going to Stitch North and end up with one of them. If they would like this. I do not plan on ever stitching anything this. Another flower silk. Very, very pretty purple. Variegated with the gray. Does it have a colorway named Deep Amethyst? So that's that. 7, I believe. I really hope if I could see all the numbers. You're 9, you're 8. Perfect. Day 8, more beads, seed beads, transparent, color lined rainbow turtle heads. Yes, I make money basis. All right. Well, Michelle, it's one of the weird round ones. I think this was one of the ones Michelle was dying to know what it was. This one, I think this. Oh, okay. Very cool. Crinkle, sorry. Solution bar. Very cool. I could definitely use that. Invigorating and fresh ginger white tea. Interesting. It's the favorite lotion. Yeah, you do have to keep your hands off silk. Which mine definitely are not. It was 9, I believe. 10. French spun silk. Beaver gray. It's a stitchy silk. Which one of theirs? Color's not turning out too bad. Oven. The Gentle Arts in the color fragrant cloves. Goodness. It's like a burnt orange, variegated. Definitely not getting picked up well at all. It's more orange than that. It's showing more muted. 12. Getting easier now that there's less. Does that make sense? Oh, little charm. It's very iridescent-y. Almost Aurora Borealis kind of color. Heart crystal. Very pretty. Ah, that's 12. 13. The garbage can is very. I have the box sitting on the garbage can. And toss this all back in. As I figure out where I'm putting it. I'm used to these holding needles and having needles in them, but it is a wood needle holder. I actually have one very similar to this somewhere. Not sure exactly where it is right now, but I do have a very similar one that has needles in it. There we go. That was really tight. It's empty. So wooden. And I think someone knocked. Just me, Sagan. Whoops. 14. And there's silk. Flower silk. Colorway Leshy. I believe Michelle has used this one. I've heard this name before. I think Michelle is the only one who uses Digibox soap all the time. Well, regularly, all the time. Day 15. Could it be a pattern? Let's see. Oh, yes, it is. A light. Lovely sampler. Very, very nice. It's very pretty, actually. I'm usually not a huge sampler person. Interesting. It's chopped up. These are very small pieces on each page. So this could be interesting to do. These are very swell with the DMC conversion. All right. Actually, I'll put that back in the bag. So the pages stay together and it does not get ruined. It's 15, 16, I the General Arts limited edition. It's like a maroon, brownie, gray, very pretty. 16, 17, more beads. These are Miyuki's gold-plated opaque sea beads. Little piece of paper. 18. We're getting there. We're getting. Quilt fabric for finishing. So it's pretty little flowers. It's a beigey with like a mustardy yellow flowers on it. Very nice. I have not yet made a pillow or anything that fancy. Just slap stuff in a frame. I have done an ornament. So I know how to do that. A pillow. That would be an adventurous finish for me at this point. But it would be kind of cool to do. So I'm not saying no, just not yet. Peach Fuzz limited edition. Spun more spun silk. Very pretty peachy color. Yeah, it's 20. Nope. Here's 20. That was 19. All right. Way longer than I thought this would be. Only because it's large. Once I'm done with this, I might try and pack. Oh, I've heard about this stuff. Don't think I need to explain what this is. Many of you are familiar with E6000. Go to glue. Interesting. That's like a perfect size to try it out. Very cool. And I'll go up there in one of these drawers so I don't lose it. In theory. In theory, don't lose it. 21. It's gonna take forever to upload. More beads. Turquoise. Natural. 1 milliliter. Very, very small. They are for cross stitching after all. 52. Cleanup's not going to be too bad. Just right to the recycle bin. For all these bags. So I'm glad they're paper. What in the world? Looks like a shoelace. Most likely not. Hand-dyed twill. Alright, so more finishing type stuff. Little Very pretty twill hanger, or whatever way you want to use that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I finally dropped a tag. Hmm. So, little piece of fabric. Obviously not big enough for that sampler. But oh, stuff fell over behind me. It's 32 linen. There's 32 count linen, anti-neutral from fiber on a whim. Parchment. So fiber on a whim, 32 count linen parchment. Nice little neutral. Maybe I could use that for that small I was looking at earlier. See how this stuff works out. Calling birds. Flower silk. It's blue, some red, some purple. Very pretty. Camera picked up some of that. If you do this, you know the struggle. To do anything with the camera trying to catch correct colors. And it's very gray out today. Hard to tell with the way the window shows, but very overcast. It's been raining on and off. And yeah. Ah, we got Smitten. Another stitchy silk. Very pretty pink. Yeah, a little bit better. Home stretch, home stretch. Ugh. Ah. Little tiny watering can. In the backs. 7. Going down, so I'm trying to muffle some of the paper noise. Hopefully it's working. If not, I apologize. Oh, more finishing stuff. Woven ribbon. It's very pretty. It's like it has roses on it. Actually, yeah, cover the window. There we go. Getting a little brighter. The sun's not coming out. The cloud cover's getting thinner, apparently. Yeah, there's no blue sky to be had anywhere. Ooh. It's a Dinky Ties. Dinky Ties Blooming Veronica. It's one of a kind colorway. Look at that. Oh, come on. It's a purple and it's not showing. What was that? It's a gorgeous purple. You don't have to take my word for it. But there's some blue in it, but it's mainly purple. Sad. And the dogs are gonna go nuts now. Great. Quiet, guys. They're almost done. Silver sand with a stitchy silk. I don't know why they're going off. They were just out. But it is after 4, and then you start thinking it's dinner time, which is at 6. So, no one said dogs could ever tell time. It should be everything but the last one. Day 30. Look, purple. That shows up. Oh, that's cute. Shakespeare Peddler, antique bunnies in baskets. Maybe that'll fit on that 32 count linen. Very cute. I guess it's part of the collection. Hmm. They use 36 count. Yep, it's in a series of antique things. They're all 80 by 90. Yeah, very cool. So that is the Stitchy box. And that'll wrap up everything I have today. So I did receive a round robin Heather's from the Rogue One, the one that I just started. I already have her piece, and it's gorgeous. And I think it's on 40 counts. So it's going to take me a little bit. It is gorgeous though, and it'll be a challenge, which I love a challenge, so it'll be great. But that's it for me. I'm going to try and find my mouse so I can stop this, and hopefully you guys have a great day. Have a wonderful end of March. I will see you in April when I get back from my trip, and I'll let you know how it goes. Bye.